Hey, this is Signing with Omar. Today's video is going to focus on Classroom Signs Part 2. Are you ready? Let's get started. All right, let's talk about the things that we see inside the classroom, starting off with desk. To sign desk, simply take your non-dominant hand, extend it across the body, palm facing down, then take your dominant hand, place it on top of the body, raise the dominant hand twice. That is how you sign desk. For the sign Blackboard, nowadays you have a Blackboard, a whiteboard, and a smartboard. I'll show you how to sign all three of these. For Blackboard, you simply make the sign B, and you do an arc-like motion. Now, if you didn't know this was B, I did make a sign on the alphabet, so you can go back and watch that video as well. So you just take your dominant hand, from left to right, you form an arc. That is how you sign Blackboard. For whiteboard, simply take your dominant hand with the fingers extended, place that on your chest. Then you take your dominant hand, and as it moves away from the chest, the fingers come together. That's how you sign white. And for board, you just do an outline of the board, of a board with your index fingers. So let me show you that whole sign. White board from the side. That's how you sign whiteboard. How about smartboard? Simply sign smart. To sign smart, you take your dominant hand with your middle finger bent, you place it up against the forehead and you flick it forward. That's smart, and then you just do the outline of board. That is how you sign smartboard. Another thing that you will definitely see inside a classroom are computers. To sign computers, simply take your non-dominant hand, extend that out in front of the body. Then you'll take your dominant hand, form a C, and do a clockwise motion twice. That is how you sign computers. Now also inside the class we have laptops or iPads. To sign laptop, simply take your non-dominant hand, extend that out in front of the body, palm facing upward. Then you take your dominant hand, place that on top of the non-dominant palm, and then your dominant hand becomes actually the top of a laptop, and you flip it upwards. See if I can show you that from the side. That is how you sign laptop. Now for the sign iPad, what I do is simply take my dominant hand, make an I, then you'll take your non-dominant hand, which will become a classifier, outlining the side of the iPad. And then from here, you'll take your dominant middle finger and you'll scroll. So let me show you what that looks like in real time. That is how you sign iPad. Now for the sign screen, you simply take both hands and form L's. They actually become classifiers outlining the screen. That is how you sign screen. Another thing that you will see definitely inside a classroom are paper and pens and pencils. So to sign paper, you simply take your non-dominant hand with the palm extended upward in front of the body. Then you'll take your dominant hand and it will scrape up against the non-dominant palm near the thumb twice. Let me show you that from the side. That's how you sign paper. For the sign pen, simply take your non-dominant hand, place that in front of the body with the palm facing upward. This actually becomes a classifier for like paper. Then you will take your dominant hand, pinch the thumb and the index finger together, bring that to the mouth, and then bring that to the actual palm of the non-dominant hand, and you'll pretend as if you're writing. Let me show you that in real time. That is how you sign pen. For the sign pencil, you just actually finger spell it, P-E-N-C-I-L. That's what I would do for pencil. So that's how you would sign pencil. Something else that you will see inside a classroom is homework. To sign homework, you simply take your dominant hand, bend the fingers together, and bring that to the side of the mouth. And from here, you will move that to right in front of the ear. That is for home. For work, you'll simply take your non-dominant hand, make a fist. I usually make an S, and then I'll take my dominant hand, make an S as well, but strike on top of the back of the non-dominant hand. So let me show you that in real time. Homework. For the sign test, simply take both hands, extend out the index finger, go from top to below. And when you're going in the motion below, you bend the index fingers. Let me show you that from the side. That is how you sign test. What happens if you have a surprise quiz? To form surprise, you actually take both your index finger and your thumb, put them right there on the sides of the eyes, and you open them up as if you're surprised. And then you form test. That's how you sign surprise quiz. One thing that you will get inside the classroom is a final. To sign final, you actually extend out your little pinkies, take your dominant hand and put that right on top of the non-dominant pinky. Then you'll do an exaggerated loop, come around, and actually strike the non-dominant pinky. So let me show you again what that looks like in real time. From the side. That is how you sign final. Another thing that you'll get inside the classroom is a grade. To sign grade, simply take your palm of your non-dominant hand, it will face to the side. Then you'll take your dominant hand, form a G, place it on its side, and strike up against the palm of the non-dominant hand. That is how you sign grade. When you get a grade, you will either pass or fail. So this is the sign for pass, and this is the sign for fail. To sign pass, take both hands, make a fist, extend out the thumbs. Now the knuckles will touch, just like this. And then from here, you will take your dominant hand and it will go forward as if you're passing your non-dominant hand from the side. That is how you sign pass. For fail, simply take your non-dominant hand, palm is facing upward. Then you will make a K or a P with your dominant hand. Place that on the side of the non-dominant palm and go forward. Here, take a look. It's a little bit easier to show you that way. That is fail. So we have pass and fail. One of the things that we look forward to in class is a break. This is the sign for break. Now to sign break, simply take your non-dominant hand. It's a little complicated, but you will put the fingers together but separate them at the middle finger and the ring finger. Then your dominant hand, fingers together, palm facing up, will come in between there as if you're slicing it, causing a little separation or break. That is how you sign break. Another thing we look forward to in class is lunch. To sign lunch, you simply sign eat by bringing the fingers together to the mouth. Then you will sign noon. Take your non-dominant hand, palm facing down, extend that in front of the body crosswise. Then you'll take your dominant hand, elbow fits right on top of the hand of the non-dominant hand, fingers upward for the dominant hand for noon. So let me show you that in real time. That is how you sign lunch. All of us, most of the time when we're in class, you'll have that class that just drag on forever and we cannot wait for that school bell to ring. So to sign school bell, you'll take your non-dominant hand, extend that out in front of the body, palm faces to the side. Then you will take your dominant hand, form an F. We've all seen someone, ring a bell like this. So you'll take that F and it will strike repeatedly up against the palm of the non-dominant hand. That is how you sign school bell. Now let's talk about some behaviors that you will see inside the classroom. For one, the teacher will tell you, if you have a question, raise your hand. And raising your hand is just what it seems like. You just raise your hand. That's how you sign raise your hand. Now, if you are inside a class and the students are deaf, the teacher will actually sign or try to get them to listen or focus. And what he or she will do is this. From the side. Now, to sign is simply you take both hands, extend them out, palms facing one another, but place them on the side of the head. And then they will extend forward on its side. I tend to actually, when I'm signing this, take the hands and actually make them even more narrow or closer together because I really want them to focus. That is how you sign listen or focus. Another thing a teacher will do is try to get the students to behave. Now, to sign behavior, you actually make B's with both hands, angle them down to the palms, until the palms are facing the ground, and you will move them back and forth like a pendulum. You can do that with B's, or you can do it with a relaxed C. That is how you sign behave. To sign quiet, there are two different ways. Now, if the students are hearing and the teacher wants to get them to stop using their voice, just say the teacher's deaf, what the deaf teacher will do or sign is this. That's basically turn your voice off. And it's really easy. Simply make a fist and the thumb will be right up against the index finger. You bring that to the throat and just twist. That is what a deaf teacher will do to get hearing students to stop using your voice. Now, if the teacher is trying to get deaf students to stop communicating, now we know they're not necessarily using their voice. How they communicate is with their hands. And so what the deaf teacher or what the teacher will do or sign to those deaf students is this. In other words, this is chatter. And to do chatter or a little talkativeness, you take your index finger and your thumbs of both hands and you actually bring them together. They actually touch one another repeatedly. And then you'll take your hand and place it on top of your non-dominant hand and bring it down. In other words, stop. So that is what the teacher will do to get them to be quiet. Okay, here's a sign that none of us liked when we were in school, and that is detention. And to sign detention, basically that's punish, stay. To sign punish, you actually extend your non-dominant hand, palm facing down, crosswise in front of the body. Then you will take your index of the dominant hand and strike the elbow of the non-dominant hand. That is punish. Now, stay. You actually make Y's with both hands. The thumbs will touch, and then you'll do an exaggerated motion. I actually make an arc up and come down in front. This is what it looks like from the side. So let me show you that whole sign. That is how you sign detention. Now, I hope you've learned something from this video. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe. Last but not least, hit that notification button. Also, if you want to learn more about ASL, check out my video on kitchen signs.